I have heard you, my precious child. I have heard the heavy, silent sigh that escaped your lips in the stillness of the midnight hour, when you thought the world was asleep and you were utterly alone. I have seen the way your heart trembles caught between the desperate longing for a new life and the suffocating grip of the familiar shore. You feel as though you are failing because you are tired, but I want you to listen closely to my voice. Your weariness is not a mark of shame, nor is your fear a sign of lost faith. It is the very soil where my strength is about to take root. You have been carrying a weight I never asked you to bear, trying to be the architect of a future only I can design. Before I reveal the immense blessing and the restoration I have prepared for you, I need you to acknowledge that you are here standing at the threshold of my presence. I need you to signal your readiness to let go of the guilt that has been weighing you down. Declare your presence before me right now. Type, "I am here, Lord," or 707 in the comments to open the gates of heaven over your life. This is your moment of divine alignment, the second your story begins to shift from struggle to grace. As you settle into this sacred space, I invite you to join this family of believers who seek my face with all their hearts. Press the like button now to signal your agreement with the heavens, and subscribe to this channel to ensure your soul remains connected to the daily flow of my grace. You are not here by accident. This message was timed for the exact second your heart reached its breaking point. I see the conflict within you, my beloved. You cry out for change, yet you cling to the bars of the very cage that has kept you small for so long. You are afraid that if I push you, you will fall into a void of the unknown. But I am not pushing you into destruction. I am pushing you out of the stagnant waters of your comfort zone and into the deep, rushing river of my purpose. The resistance you feel is not me punishing you. It is the friction of your old skin falling away, so that the new radiant version of yourself can finally emerge. Do not fear the discomfort of this transition. The ache you feel in your soul is simply the expansion of your capacity to receive the abundance I am about to pour out upon you. Stop apologizing for being human. Stop repenting for the exhaustion that comes from fighting battles I have already won for you. When you say, "Lord, I cannot go on," I do not look at you with disappointment. I look at you with a father's pride, for finally you are coming to the end of yourself, so that you can find the beginning of me. You have tried to be the potter, the clay, and the fire all at once. But you were only ever meant to be the clay in my loving, capable hands. Trust the pressure of my fingers as I reshape your destiny. I am not breaking you. I am becoming through you. The very things you thought were falling apart are actually falling into place according to my divine order. Every closed door, every silent season, and every moment where you felt pushed beyond your limits was a divine setup for the miracle you are about to witness. Stay with me, for the atmosphere of your life is changing at this very moment. The clouds are parting, and the light of my favor is beginning to shine through the cracks of your brokenness. You are being built into something far more beautiful and resilient than you could have ever imagined, and this is only the beginning of our journey together. My precious child, I see you running until your feet are blistered and your soul is parched. I see the culture around you that whispers and sometimes screams that you must do more, be more, and achieve more, just to be worthy of space on this earth. You have fallen into the trap of the hustle, believing that your worth is measured by your productivity and that your security is built by your own hands. You wake up with a knot of anxiety in your chest, checking lists and measuring your progress against the curated lives of others. But I am here to tell you that this frantic pace was never my design for you. You were created to walk with me in the cool of the day, not to race against a clock that never stops ticking. This exhaustion you feel is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are trying to function outside of the grace I have provided for you. You are trying to carry the weight of the world on shoulders that were only meant to carry the light yoke of my love. You have spent so long trying to be a superhuman, a pillar of strength for everyone else, that you have forgotten how to be my child. You hide your tears because you think they are a sign of weakness, and you refuse to ask for help because you have been taught that self-sufficiency is the ultimate virtue. But in my kingdom, the economy of strength is different. My power is made perfect, not in your competence, but in your weakness. When you reach the end of your own strength, you finally create space for my infinite power to move. Every time you try to force a door open with your own hands, you risk breaking the very blessing I was preparing to hand to you in its perfect time. The grind has become a veil that hides my face from you, making you believe that if you stop for even a moment, everything will crumble. But I am the one who holds the foundations of the earth in place. If I can sustain the galaxies and call every star by name, do you not think I can manage the details of your life while you take a breath? To let go is not to give up. It is to hand the keys of your life back to the one who designed the road. Imagine you are driving through a dense, blinding fog, gripping the wheels so tight your knuckles are white terrified that every turn will lead to a cliff. Letting go is simply moving to the passenger seat and letting me take the wheel. I can see through the fog. I know where the shortcuts are, and I know where the washouts have destroyed the path ahead. When you surrender, you are not losing control. You are finally gaining the protection of the sovereign king. This shift in your spirit from I must to he will is the most powerful move you can ever make. It is an act of high-level spiritual warfare to remain at peace while the world around you is in chaos. When you choose to rely on me, you are declaring to the enemy that his tactics of fear and pressure no longer have a hold on you. You are choosing the path of the unforced rhythms of grace, where your effort is a response to my love, not a desperate attempt to earn it. Remember the promise I whispered through the ages: cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. Look deeply at that word, sustain. It does not merely mean that I will help you survive. It means I will be the very platform upon which you stand. To sustain is to nourish, to uphold, and to preserve. When you cast your gallows of worry onto my shoulders, I do not just take the problem, I take you. I wrap my arms around your weary spirit, and I provide the internal fortitude you need to remain standing while the storm rages. You were never meant to be the source of your own provision. I am the provider who sees the end from the beginning. When you stop trying to manufacture your own miracles, you allow me the room to manifest them in ways that will leave you breathless with wonder. The pressure you feel to make it happen is a burden you were never designed to carry. I am your father, and a good father does not ask his toddler to pay the mortgage or fix the foundation. He simply asks the child to trust to play and to rest in the safety of his shadow. So my beloved, take a deep breath right now. Feel the tension leaving your neck and shoulders as you realize that the universe does not rest on your back. It rests on mine. You don't need to strain and heave under the pressure of tomorrow's fears. Tomorrow is already in my hands, and I have already provided everything you will need for it. Your only task in this holy moment is to lean back into my everlasting arms. Feel the warmth of my presence surrounding you like a thick, protective blanket. You are safe. You are held. You are deeply, unconditionally loved. As you move through this day, practice the art of reliance. When a thought of worry enters your mind, consciously hand it to me. Say, Father, I cannot handle this, but I know you can. Watch how the atmosphere of your heart changes when you stop fighting against the current and start floating in the ocean of my grace. You are being restored not through your effort, but through your surrender. The world may call this weakness, but in my eyes, it is the beginning of your greatest victory. I know the hollow feeling in your chest when you call out my name and hear nothing but the echo of your own voice. I know the nights you have spent staring at the ceiling, wondering if I have turned my face away from you, or if you have somehow wandered beyond the reach of my grace. To you, my silence feels like abandonment. It feels like a cold, empty void where your prayers go to die. But I want to whisper a secret into your spirit today. My silence is never my absence. In fact, my silence is often the greatest sign of my intimacy and my intense focus on your life. When a teacher is giving a test, they are silent. When an artist is applying the final delicate brushstroke to a masterpiece, they hold their breath. My silence is not a sign that I have stopped working. It is a sign that I am doing a work so deep and so intricate that words would only distract you from the transformation happening within your soul. You are in a season of divine incubation, a hidden place where I am protecting you from the noise of the world, so that you can finally hear the rhythm of my heart beating in sync with yours. Think of yourself as being in the great physician's intensive care unit. When a surgeon is performing a life-saving operation on a heart, they do not engage the patient in casual conversation. They require the patient to be still, to be quiet, and to trust the steady hand of the one who knows exactly where to cut and what to heal. You have been asking for a breakthrough, but I am performing a breaking into the hardened places of your heart to remove the bitterness, the trauma, and the old patterns that would only sabotage your future success. If I gave you what you were asking for right now, the weight of that blessing would crush the person you currently are. I love you too much to give you a crown that your character cannot carry. So I have called you into this quiet room. I have allowed the phone to stop ringing and the invitations to dry up because I need your undivided attention. I am mending the hidden fractures in your identity, teaching you that you are worthy, not because of what you do, but simply because you are mine. This silence is your sanctuary, not your prison. The world tells you that if you aren't moving, you're losing. But in my kingdom, the fastest way forward is often found in the stillness of the wait. You are not being delayed, you are being prepared. Every day that passes where you do not see the physical evidence of your prayer being answered is a day I am strengthening your roots. A willow tree grows quickly, but snaps in the wind. A mighty oak takes decades to reach its full height, but its roots are so deep that no storm can topple it. I am making you an oak of righteousness. I am using this time to build your endurance, to refine your patience, and to forge a character that is fireproof. You are not falling behind your peers. You are on a different timeline altogether, a timeline that is synchronized with the movements of eternity. I see you looking at others who seem to be flourishing while you are stuck in the shadows, but you do not see the shallow soil they are planted in. Your season of hiddenness is the greatest investment I am making in your destiny. When you finally emerge, you will not be the same person who entered this silence. Let us take a moment together right here in the stillness. I want you to close your eyes and feel the air entering your lungs, the very breath of life that I gave you at your first moment. Inhale deeply, drawing in my peace that surpasses all understanding. And as you exhale, let go of the need to know the why and the how of your situation. Release the anxiety that tells you that you are forgotten. While you are waiting, I am working. While you are sleeping, I am arranging. While you are weeping, I am comforting. Right now in the comments, I want you to type, "I trust you in the silence," or 8888, to signify your agreement with this period of divine preparation. This is your act of faith, a declaration to the spiritual realm that you are no longer a slave to your sight, but a master of your soul through faith. By speaking these words, you are aligning your heart with my perfect schedule. You are giving me permission to continue the surgery, knowing that the outcome will be more beautiful than anything you could have planned for yourself. Do not mistake the quiet for a no. It is often a not yet or a wait. I have something better. I have never brought you this far to leave you in the wilderness. I am the God of the breakthrough, but I am also the God of the process. Trust me when I say that the morning is coming, and the joy that awaits you will be so radiant that it will wash away every memory of the long night you have endured. The silence is breaking not with a crash, but with a gentle whisper of my favor. You are moving out of the recovery room and into the light of a new day. Your strength is being renewed like the eagles, and you will soon mount up with wings to soar over the very obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. The wait is almost over, my child. But until it is, find your rest in me. Stay in this posture of peace, for it is the key that unlocks the next door of your destiny. I am with you, I am for you, and I am speaking to you even now in the quietest depths of your being. You must understand that the silence is also a shield. There are voices and influences that would have steered you off course had I not turned down the volume of the world around you. In the quiet, I am purging the opinions of men from your heart so that only my voice remains. I am teaching you to be self-validated through my love so that when you finally stand in the spotlight of your success, you will not be addicted to the applause. This time of waiting is refining your motives and purifying your desires. I am making sure that when the blessing arrives, it doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes your world. You are being equipped with a resilience that cannot be bought and a peace that cannot be shaken. Trust the process, my precious one. The silence is not a wall. It is a bridge leading you to the miraculous life I have promised. Stand firm, stay quiet, and watch as I move the mountains that stand in your way. I see the arrows aimed at your back, my beloved child. I hear the whispers that suddenly stop when you enter the room, and I feel the weight of the judgments passed by those who have never walked a mile in your shoes. It hurts, doesn't it? To be misunderstood by the very people you tried to love, and to be slandered by those you once helped. But I want you to look at a tree in the middle of a vast orchard. Tell me, which tree do people throw rocks at? They don't waste their energy on the barren, withered tree that offers nothing but shade. No, they throw stones at the tree that is heavy with sweet, ripe fruit. The attacks you are facing right now are not a sign of your failure. They are the ultimate proof of your value. If you weren't carrying something significant, the enemy wouldn't be wasting his ammunition on you. Your light is making the darkness uncomfortable. Your growth is exposing their stagnation. Do not let their words become your truth. I am the only one who defines you, and I say you are favored, you are chosen, and you are untouchable. You do not need to spend your precious energy defending your reputation. You do not need to write long explanations or stay up late winning every argument in your head. When you try to fight in the flesh, you take yourself out of my hands and try to do my job. I am your vindicator. I am the one who brings the truth to light when the sun rises, and I am the one who settles the accounts. The more they talk, the more I will bless you. The more they try to pull you down, the higher I will lift you. Remember this: no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment I will condemn. Not you, me. I am your shield and your very great reward. Let them talk, for while they are focusing on your past, I am busy building your future. While they are dissecting your flaws, I am polishing your crown. Your silence in the face of their noise is not a sign of weakness. It is the mark of your royalty. A king does not argue with a peasant over his right to the throne. There is a divine strategy at play that your enemies cannot understand. I have told you before, and I tell you again, hold your peace, and I will fight for you. You do not need to lift a single finger to settle the score. Think back to the desert when the enemies were closing in behind my children, and the sea was a wall of death in front of them. I didn't ask them to sharpen their swords or build a bridge. I asked them to stand still. Your stillness is your greatest weapon in the spiritual realm. It confuses the adversary. When they expect you to break and you smile instead. When they expect you to cry out in bitterness and you offer up a song of worship instead, that is when the foundations of their schemes begin to crumble. I am moving behind the scenes to turn their trap into your stepping stone. What they intended for your harm, I am already weaving into a masterpiece for your ultimate good. You are not a victim of their gossip. You are a victor in my grace. I am preparing a feast for you right now, and I am doing it in the direct view of those who doubted you and prayed for your downfall. I am not going to hide your success from them. I am going to make them watch as I pour my oil upon your head until your cup overflows. Your vindication will not be a shouting match. It will be a life so blessed, so peaceful, and so prosperous that they will have no choice but to acknowledge that my hand is upon you. You don't need to seek revenge. Revenge is a burden far too heavy for my children to carry. Leave the scales of justice to me, for I see the heart and I know the truth. I see every tear you've shed in private because of their cruelty, and I am going to pay you back with double honor for every bit of shame you have endured. Your peace is the greatest evidence of my presence, and your joy will be the sign that their weapons have failed. So lift your head, my champion. Do not let the shadows of their opinions dim the radiance of your soul. You are a child of the King, and you do not bow to the whims of common critics. Their arrows may fly, but I am your armor. Their words may sting, but my promise is the balm that heals every wound. As you walk through this season, keep your eyes fixed on me. Walk with the quiet confidence of someone who already knows the end of the story. The giants you see today, you will see no more. The noise of the world will fade into the background, but my word over your life will stand forever. You are protected, you are defended, and you are loved beyond measure. Rest in this truth tonight. The battle is mine, and the victory, the beautiful soaring victory, is yours to claim. I have already gone before you to clear the path. So walk in my peace and let the world see the miracle I am performing in you. Do you hear the storm of thoughts within you? My child, the voices that tell you to hurry to panic and to make a decision before the sun sets, there is a profound difference between the leading of my spirit and the driving force of your anxiety. Fear is loud, chaotic, and demanding. It pushes you from behind with a whip of what-ifs and should-haves. But my guidance is a gentle pull from the front, a still small voice that invites you into a state of rest even before the solution is visible. I do not lead my sheep through confusion, for I am not the author of disorder. If you feel a frantic pressure to act, a desperate need to fix things immediately, or a suffocating weight of guilt, know this, that is not my voice. My voice brings clarity. My voice brings a sense of calm and steady. Even when I call you to move quickly, I provide the internal peace that makes the movement feel like a dance rather than a desperate scramble for survival. Peace is not just the result of a resolved problem. It is the compass I have given you to navigate the darkness. When you stand at a crossroads and the path ahead seems obscured, do not look for a sign in the heavens before you look for the peace in your heart. I have placed my spirit within you to act as a divine internal sensor. If a door opens, but your spirit feels a check, a subtle sense of unrest or a lack of harmony, then wait. Do not force yourself through a door that I have not greased with my favor. Many of my children miss their greatest blessings because they mistake a sense of urgency for a sense of destiny. They rush into commitments, relationships, and investments because they fear the opportunity will vanish. But I am the creator of time. If I have ordained a blessing for you, no man can steal it, and no delay can destroy it. My guidance is like a deep, cool river that flows steadily toward the ocean. It doesn't splash and scream like a shallow creek. It moves with the quiet authority of an unstoppable force. Learn to distinguish the push of the world from the pull of my grace. I want you to understand that my peace is an active force, not a passive feeling. It is the guard I have stationed at the gates of your mind. When you are aligned with my will, there is a knowing that transcends your circumstances. You could be in the middle of a financial drought or a health crisis, yet deep down there is a steady anchor that whispers, "All is well." That anchor is me. Anything that brings you into a state of frantic hurry where you feel you must compromise your integrity or your rest to succeed is a distraction from your true path. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. This does not mean the road will always be easy, but it means that the grace I provide will always be sufficient to make the journey feel right. If you are exhausted by the shoulds of your life, come back to the center. Come back to the place where my peace resides. If it doesn't bring peace, it isn't the path I have paved for you. Before we go deeper into the secrets of my timing, take a moment to acknowledge this truth. If you can feel the warmth of my peace beginning to settle over your heart right now, do not let this moment pass without an act of faith. Press the like button as a physical sign that you are choosing my peace over your panic. And I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join this global family of souls who are learning to walk by my light. By doing so, you are telling the universe that you are ready to be led by the Spirit, not by the world's demands. This simple action connects your heart to a stream of daily encouragement that will keep your compass calibrated to my heavenly frequency. You are not meant to wander in the dark, my precious one. You are meant to walk in the light of my countenance, where every step is ordered and every turn is protected. As you learn to follow my peace, you will find that life becomes less about making things happen and more about letting things unfold. You will find that the right people come into your life at the right time and the wrong people drift away without you having to fight them. You will find that opportunities find you when you are in a state of rest rather than when you are in a state of pursuit. This is the secret of the kingdom. Seek first my kingdom, my peace, my righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. You were never meant to be a hunter desperately chasing down your needs. You were meant to be a magnet drawing my blessings to you through the power of your reliance on me. Let the world run its frantic race. You have a different rhythm. You have the rhythm of the Creator. Walk with me, talk with me, and watch how I lead you into a life of abundance through the simple, steady guidance of my peace. Remember that I am the Good Shepherd. A shepherd does not drive his sheep with dogs and whips. He walks ahead of them, and they follow the sound of his voice because they trust him. They know that where he leads, there is green grass and still waters. If the path you are on feels like a parched desert of must-dos and have-tos, stop and listen. You may have wandered off the trail and followed the voice of a stranger, the voice of societal expectation, or the voice of your own insecurity. Do not be afraid to turn back. Do not be afraid to say no to things that steal your peace, even if they look like good opportunities. A good thing is not always my thing. My thing will always carry the signature, of my peace. Rest in that knowledge today. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to follow the peace. I am holding your hand, and I will never let you stumble into a pit that I cannot pull you out of. Why do you weep, my child, looking at a field that seems empty and barren? You have sown your seeds with tears, and now you stand at the edge of the soil, demanding to know why there is no harvest yet. I see your frustration as you watch others seemingly gather armfuls of fruit while your hands remain empty. But I want to teach you the sacred law of the kingdom, the law of sowing and reaping. You see the darkness of your current situation as a grave, but I see it as a womb. When a seed is dropped into the cold, heavy earth, it undergoes a period of total isolation and crushing pressure. To the seed, it feels like the end of the world. It is trapped in the dark, away from the sun, being squeezed by the very soil it was meant to conquer. But that darkness is not a sign of death. It is the necessary incubator for a miracle. Without the burial, there can be no breakthrough. Without the pressure, the shell cannot break to release the life inside. You are currently in your hidden season, and I need you to stop trying to dig up your seeds every morning to see if they are growing. When you allow doubt and anxiety to make you question the process, you disturb the delicate work I am doing beneath the surface. Trust me, the master gardener. I have not forgotten what you have planted. I have not ignored the sacrifices you made or the prayers you whispered into the dirt. I am watering them with my grace, even when you cannot see the clouds. Understand that there is a time for planting and a time for eating, and you cannot rush the interval between them. If I gave you the fruit before the roots were deep enough, the very blessing you crave would become the weight that topples you. I am more concerned with the stability of your foundation than the speed of your decoration. Consider the mighty oak tree, which stands as a monument of strength for generations. It does not rush to the sky in a single season like the common weed. For the first years of its life, it barely shows itself above the ground because it is busy sending its roots deep into the heart of the earth. It is searching for the hidden streams that will sustain it through 100 years of storms. If that oak grew branches before it had roots, the first summer heat would wither it, and the first winter wind would snap it. You are my oak of righteousness. I am building your root system right now through this delay, through this silence, and through this waiting. I am teaching you how to draw your strength from me and me alone, so that when your season of public fruitfulness arrives, you will be unshakable. Your roots are reaching down into my faithfulness, finding the nourishment that no human applause can provide. If you can feel the truth of these words sinking into your spirit, if you realize that your waiting is actually your strengthening, then let us pause for a moment of holy agreement. If you feel my peace beginning to replace your panic, leave a like on this message as a testimony of your trust in my timing. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel, joining a remnant of believers who understand that the best things take time. By doing this, you are marking this moment as the day you stopped fighting the process and started flowing with it. This is your act of faith, a signal to the heavens that you are ready to wait for the best rather than settling for the now. You are a vessel in the hands of the great potter, and I am refining you into a masterpiece that will endure long after the quick-fix successes of the world have faded away. Remember, my precious one, that every great story in the records of heaven began with a season of obscurity. Moses was in the backside of the desert for 40 years. Joseph was in a dungeon forgotten by men, but watched by me. Even my own son spent 30 years in a carpenter's shop before he performed a single miracle. These were not wasted years. They were the years of the forming. I am forming something in you that is far greater than just a change in your bank account or a shift in your relationship status. I am forming the character of a champion. I am teaching you how to handle the weight of the glory that is coming. If you cannot handle the little of the waiting room, you will not be able to handle the much of the throne room. Every test you pass in the dark is an entrance exam for the light. Do not be weary in well-doing, for in due season, my appointed perfect season, you will reap if you do not lose heart. The breakthrough is already programmed into the seed. The harvest is already written into the DNA of your obedience. You don't have to worry about how the plant will push through the dirt. That is my responsibility. Your responsibility is to stay planted, to stay watered in my word, and to stay expectant. The very soil that feels like it is burying you is actually providing the nutrients you need to soar. Keep your eyes on the promise, not the dirt. The morning sun is about to hit your field, and when it does, you will see that every moment of the wait was worth the beauty of the bloom. I am with you in the dark, and I will be there to celebrate with you in the light. My beloved, I have seen the tears you shed when you think the walls are closing in on you. I have watched you struggle against the limitations of your current life, feeling as though every effort you make only meets more resistance. You have called this season a season of suffering, a season of being crushed, but I am calling it the Great Awakening. You feel the pressure because you have outgrown the space you are in. Like a seed that must split open to release the tree inside, or a caterpillar that finds its world shrinking within the dark walls of a cocoon. The pain you are experiencing is not designed to kill you. It is designed to provoke your departure from the old. You are not breaking. You are being unmade so that you can be remade into something far more glorious. The struggle you feel right now is the very thing that is pumping strength into your wings. If I were to remove the struggle, you would never have the power to fly. The old ways of thinking, the old patterns of behavior, and even the old relationships that used to sustain you are no longer working because you are no longer that person. You've been trying to fit a new expansive spirit into an old rigid lifestyle, and the friction is what causes your heart to ache. Do not mourn the shedding of your old skin. Do not weep for the versions of yourself that are dying away. They served their purpose in the seasons of the past, but they cannot follow you where I am taking you. I am pulling you out of the shadows of just enough and into the light of more than enough. This transition is uncomfortable because it requires a total surrender of what you knew for the sake of what I have promised. You are standing at the threshold of a metamorphosis. The dark, cramped space of the cocoon is about to give way to the vastness of the open sky. I want you to listen to the prophecy I am speaking over your life right now. Your days of crawling in the dust are over. I am shifting your identity from the one who struggles to the one who soars. The very obstacles that used to look like mountains will soon look like tiny specks from the altitude I am calling you to. I am giving you a new perspective, a new grace, and a new authority. The limitations that held your parents back and the cycles of lack that haunted your family line are being broken in this very moment. You are the chosen one who will carry the mantle of a new beginning. As you feel the old structures of your life crumbling, do not reach out to save them. Let them fall. They are the scaffolding that is no longer needed now that the temple of your character has been built. You are emerging as a masterpiece of my grace, radiant and ready for the destiny I have carved out for you. Type "I believe" or 1111 right now if you feel the shift happening in your spirit. By doing this, you are coming into agreement with the divine transformation. You are signaling to the heavens that you are ready to let the old version of you die, so that the radiant, powerful, and peaceful version can take flight. This is not just a change of scenery. It is a change of essence. The world will look at you and wonder how you survived the fire, and you will tell them that you didn't just survive, you were refined. You are moving from the struggle into the flow. You are moving from the desert into the garden. Every ounce of pain you have endured is being converted into power. The weight of the blessing I am placing on you will be light, for I have already strengthened your shoulders in the dark. Prepare yourself, my precious one, for the winds are changing. The air is thinning and the sun is rising on a version of your life you once only dared to dream of. You were never meant to stay in the dirt. You were designed for the heights. The cocoon is splitting, the light is breaking through, and your wings are beginning to unfurl. Trust the process of the breaking, for it is the only way to the becoming. You are my child, my creation, and my glory. Today we leave the old ways behind. Today we step into the new. I am with you in every tremor of change, and I will be the one to launch you into the atmosphere of my favor. Your flight begins now. My child, look at the way I crafted the world around you. The sun does not arrive with a violent explosion of light all at once. It rises with a gentle, steady persistence, inch by inch, until the shadows are defeated. The tide does not reclaim the shore in a single wave, but through the consistent rhythm of ebb and flow. I am calling you into this same divine rhythm, a rhythm of gentle steadfastness. You have spent so much of your life oscillating between bursts of frantic effort and periods of total collapse. You have tried to build your destiny through sheer force of will, burning yourself out in the process. But the life I am prophesying over you today is not one of exhaustion. It is one of holy consistency. I am inviting you into a new kind of discipline, one that is not rooted in self-punishment or the fear of falling behind, but in a deep, abiding love for the person I created you to be. This is the discipline of self-honoring, where you tend to the garden of your soul with the same care and patience that I have for you. Your body and your mind are the temple of my spirit, and a temple is not built in a day. It is built stone by stone, habit by habit, and prayer by prayer. Do not despise the little things you do each day, the moments you choose peace over anger, the minutes you spend in my word, the way you nourish your body, and the grace you extend to yourself when you stumble. These are the bricks of your future. I am watching how you handle the quiet, mundane moments of your life. For these are the true entrance exams for the greatness I have prepared. When you are consistent in the small things, you are telling the universe that you have the character to sustain the weight of the massive blessings that are on the way. You are building a foundation that can hold the skyscraper of your destiny. This new lifestyle I am leading you into is about being faithful in the secret place so that I can reward you in the open place. It is about the quiet power of showing up for yourself because you realize how much I value you. As you begin to build this internal temple of consistency and kindness, something miraculous will happen in your external world. You are a living magnet, and the frequency you emit determines what you attract. For too long, you have accepted relationships and situations that mirrored your own internal chaos and lack of self-worth. But as you align your daily life with my grace, as you treat yourself with the dignity of a child of the King, your reality must shift to match your new standard. I am prophesying that as you become consistent in your devotion and your self-care, you will begin to attract people who honor you, opportunities that nourish you, and peace that protects you. Those who only thrived on your chaos will naturally drift away, unable to survive in the atmosphere of your newfound stability. You will no longer have to chase healthy relationships. They will be drawn to the light of the character I am forging in you. Your consistency is the key that unlocks the door to a higher level of living where you are surrounded by the wholeness you have cultivated within. I see the effort you are making, and I want you to know that I am proud of you. I am not looking for perfection. I am looking for a heart that keeps turning back to me. Every time you choose to be kind to yourself, you are honoring my handiwork. Every time you choose a healthy boundary, you are protecting the gift I gave you. This is the year of the quiet build. You don't need to announce your progress to the world. Let your results speak for themselves. Stay steady, stay gentle, and stay connected to me. The momentum you are building in the secret places is creating a tidal wave of favor that will soon break over your life. You are not just changing your habits, you are changing your heritage. You are setting a new standard for your children and your children's children. Walk in this gentle steadfastness, knowing that I am the one strengthening your knees and guiding your steps. The temple is rising, and it is more beautiful than you can imagine. I see you looking at the ticking clock with a heavy heart, my child. I see the way you compare your life's timeline to those around you, feeling a cold shiver of panic as you think you have fallen behind. You look at your peers who are marrying those who are building houses and those who seem to have found their purpose while you are still wandering in the fog of not yet. You feel as though you have missed your train, as though the best years of your life are slipping through your fingers like sand, leaving you with nothing but regret. But I am here to shatter the illusion of time that the world has bound you with. In my kingdom, there is no too late and there is no behind. You are not racing against other people. You are walking a path that was hand-carved by me before the foundations of the world were laid. Your life is not a race. It is a journey of alignment, and right now, you are exactly where you need to be to receive what I have prepared for you. Understand that my calendar is not dictated by human expectations or societal milestones. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the one who stands outside of time and sees the end from the beginning. When you feel delayed, it is often my hand acting as a divine shield protecting you from a destination you are not yet ready to inhabit. If I had given you the platform, the wealth, or the relationship you begged for 3 years ago, it would have crushed you because your inner life had not yet been strengthened to carry the weight of that glory. I love you too much to give you a harvest that your character cannot sustain. Every wait was a working, every no was a not yet, and every not now was a I have something better. You are not late. You are being prepared for a magnitude of blessing that requires a deeper root system than those who grew quickly. Think of the seasons I have woven into the earth. Does the winter feel behind because it is not yet bearing fruit like the summer? No, the winter is the season of deep, hidden preparation, without which the spring could never bloom. You are in a sacred season of preparation, and to compare your winter to someone else's summer is to misunderstand the very nature of growth. I am the God who makes everything beautiful in its perfect time, not your time, but mine. I am the one who can restore the years the locusts have eaten. I can do more in one day of my favor than you could do in a decade of your own striving. When the door finally opens, it will not just be a small crack. It will be a wide, sweeping entrance that will make up for every second you felt you were standing still. Your suddenly is being scripted in the heavens right now, and when it arrives, the speed of your restoration will leave the world in awe. I want you to release the burden of the lost years today. Stop mourning for the time you think you wasted and start celebrating the maturity you have gained in the wilderness. You are wiser now. You are stronger now. You are more resilient now. These are the credentials you will need for the high places I am taking you. I am aligning the stars of your destiny so that when you step into your promise, you will not stumble. You will stand firm knowing that the timing was perfect. You are not a spectator in someone else's success story. You are the protagonist of a masterpiece that I am still writing. Take a deep breath and let the anxiety of the clock fade away. I am holding the sun still for you until you are ready to shine. Trust me. My precious one, for the best part of your story hasn't even begun to be told. My child, you are looking at your life through a keyhole, trying to understand the vast landscape of my design. You see the road directly in front of you, the bumps, the dead ends, and the detours, and you wonder if I have lost the map. You cry out when a door slams shut in your face, thinking I have denied you happiness. But from my throne, I see the full picture. I see the mosaic of your life, whereas you only see the individual tiles. You see the dark, jagged pieces and think the pattern is ruined, but I am placing them exactly where they need to be to create a masterpiece of resilience and grace. I see the bridge that was about to collapse just ahead of you. I see the storm that was gathering on the path you were so desperate to take. I see the hidden intentions of the people you wanted to keep in your life. When I close a door, it is not because I am holding out on you. It is because I am shielding you from a tragedy you cannot see. My no is often the most profound expression of my love. I am the great architect, and I am building your life, not for a single moment, but for eternity. Trust the hand that closes the door as much as the hand that opens it. Imagine you are a passenger on a great ship in the middle of a vast ocean. When the waves rise and the winds howl, you might feel a surge of panic, wondering if the vessel will hold. You see only the spray and the darkness, but the captain is on the bridge, looking at the radar and the charts. He knows where the rocks are hidden beneath the surface. He knows how to navigate the current to bring you safely to the harbor. You do not need to know how to operate the engines or read the stars. You only need to trust the one who does. Your life is that ship, and I am your captain. I am not surprised by the storms, and I am certainly not intimidated by them. I am using the very winds that frighten you to propel you faster toward your destination. Stop trying to grab the wheel with your trembling hands. I have never crashed a ship, and I am not about to start with yours. Let go and let me navigate. Your safety is guaranteed by my word, and your arrival is already recorded in the books of heaven. Do not let the rejection of men break your spirit. If you could see what I see, you would realize that their no was my way of saying, I have something better. I have allowed certain people to walk away and certain opportunities to fail because they were not compatible with the weight of the blessing I am preparing to pour into your life. You are being redirected, not rejected. I am pruning the branches of your life so that you can bear more fruit. Every door that I have locked was a divine intervention, a hidden protection from a path that would have led to your undoing. I am protecting your peace, your purpose, and your future from influences that would have stifled your growth. Instead of mourning what was lost, start preparing for what is coming. The landscape of your life is being cleared so that I can plant a garden of abundance that will never wither. You are in my sight, under my wing, and within my heart. Every step of your journey is being orchestrated by the one who loves you perfectly. You often ask why, but I want you to start asking, what are you teaching me? I see the end from the beginning, and I know that the very thing you are grieving today will be the very thing you thank me for tomorrow. Your perspective is limited by time and space, but my perspective is eternal. I am weaving together 1,000 different threads of circumstances to create a garment of favor for you. Some threads are dark, some are bright, but all are necessary for the beauty of the final design. Trust me when the path is foggy. Trust me when the way is steep, I see the summit, and I see the glorious view that awaits you there. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are being guided with precision. Rest in my vision today, for I see the glory that is waiting for you just around the bend. You are being led by the one who knows the way, because I am the way. My beloved, as we draw closer to the manifestation of the promises I have whispered to your soul, I want to give you the highest commitment a creator can give to his creation. It is not just a promise of wealth or health or success, though those things are coming. It is the promise of my presence. You have often felt like a lone soldier on a battlefield or a weary traveler walking through a desert with no end in sight. You have looked to your left and your right, seeing only shadows and hearing only the echoes of your own footsteps. But I want to open your spiritual eyes today to see the truth of your reality. I have never left your side, not for a second. When you were in the valley of despair, I was the one holding your hand. When you felt like you were drowning in sorrow, I was the one keeping your head above the water. I am not a distant God who watches from a balcony in the heavens. I am the God who is closer to you than your own breath. I am the companion who sticks closer than a brother, and my commitment to you is as eternal as my throne. You must understand that I never promised you a life without storms, but I promised you a life where you would never be alone in them. The rain will fall and the winds will howl, but you will not be drenched because I am your umbrella. The fire will roar, but you will not be burned because I am the fourth man in the furnace with you. Do not waste your energy trying to build a life that is immune to difficulty. Instead, build a life that is anchored in my presence. When you have me, you have everything. You don't need to be strong enough to face the world. You only need to be close enough to me to let my strength flow through you. You are not a reservoir that has to provide its own water. You are a branch connected to the vine. As long as you stay connected to me, the life-giving sap of my grace will provide everything you need to bloom even in the middle of a drought. Stop trying to be the hero of your own story and start being the child of the King who trusts his Father's protection. Listen to the words I am speaking directly into the depths of your heart. Words I have written across the stars and etched into the foundation of time. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Let these words wash over you like a warm tide. Feel the power behind them. When I say, I will help you, the entire host of heaven stands ready to move on your behalf. When I say, I will uphold you, it means that even if the earth beneath you shakes, you will remain standing because you are being held by the one who created the mountains. You do not need to muster up your own courage. You do not need to hide your trembling hands. I see your fear, and I am not repelled by it. I am moved by it to draw you even closer. You can be weak in my arms. You can be tired in my presence. You can be yourself, and I will be your God. Take a moment now to breathe in this reality. You are not alone. You will never be alone. Every tear you have ever cried was caught in my bottle. Every prayer you have ever groaned in the middle of the night reached my ears instantly. I am the God who goes before you to level the mountains, but I am also the God who walks behind you to be your rear guard. I am surrounding you right now with my favor as with a shield. As you move forward from this moment, move with the quiet confidence of someone who knows they are backed by the Almighty. You don't have to shout to be heard. You don't have to fight to be seen. You just have to rest in the knowledge that I am here. This companionship is your greatest treasure, and it is a gift that can never be taken away. I am your refuge. I am your strength. and I am your very present help in times of trouble. Walk with me, and let the peace of my presence be the final word over your life. We have traveled a sacred distance together, my precious child. From the first moment you whispered your exhaustion to me to this very second where you stand at the edge of a new horizon, I have been weaving a garment of grace for you. We have moved through the shadows of your hidden tears, past the noise of those who sought to pull you down, and deep into the stillness of my presence, where true strength is born. You are no longer the same person who began this message. The weary traveler who felt behind and broken has been transformed into a resilient soul who knows the power of reliance. You have learned that your value is not in your hustle, but in your heritage as my child. You have discovered that my silence was never abandonment, but a season of divine construction. Every layer of guilt you shed and every ounce of control you surrendered has made room for the weight of the blessing that is now descending upon your life. You are light, you are free, and you are finally ready to walk into the fullness of what I have prepared. As you stand at this threshold, I want you to take one final deep and intentional breath. As you exhale, let go of the last remnants of worry about your future. Let go of the how and the when that have kept your mind in a cage. Inhale my peace. Inhale the certainty that I am the Alpha and the Omega, the one who is already standing in your tomorrow, making the rough places smooth. I am setting a new direction for your feet. This is not just a change of scenery. It is a change of spiritual atmosphere. The doors that were once rusted shut are swinging open by the touch of my hand. The resources you thought were lost are being restored with a divine interest. This is the season of let go and let God. From this moment forward, when the world tries to pressure you into a frantic race, you will respond with the quiet authority of one who knows the Creator is in control. You are moving out of the era of striving and into the era of thriving. Hear my final decree over your life, a promise that stands as firm as the heavens. I, the Lord, am the one who goes before you. I will be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed, for the battle has already been decided in your favor. I am doing a new thing in your life. Can you not perceive it? I am turning your deserts into gardens and your mourning into dancing. Your reputation is being vindicated, your health is being fortified, and your house is being built on the rock that can never be shaken. The delays were not punishments, they were protections. The struggles were not meant to break you, they were meant to make you fireproof. You are stepping into a year of supernatural alignment, where my favor will act as a shield and my wisdom will be your constant compass. The path is clear, the light is bright, and the victory is yours. Now, my beloved, it is time to seal this prophecy and lock these blessings into your reality. Do not let the noise of the world steal the peace we have cultivated here. To activate the shift and claim this new direction as your own, I want you to make a final declaration of faith. Type, I let go so God can take over, or simply Amen to seal this word into your life forever. By doing this, you are signaling to the heavens that you are no longer a slave to fear, but a master of your destiny through trust in me. Let this be the mark of your new beginning. It is finished. The chains are broken, the way is paved, and the blessing is signed with my own hand. You are starting fresh today under the canopy of my unconditional love and the shadow of my wings. Before you go, carry this energy of peace with you as a light to others. Press the like button on this video to preserve this sacred vibration in your soul and help this message reach other weary hearts who need to hear my voice. Subscribe to this channel and join this global family of healed souls so that we may continue this dialogue of grace every single day. I have much more to reveal to you, and I do not want you to wander in the dark when my light is so freely given. Share this message with those you love as an act of spiritual service. I am with you always, even until the end of the age. Rest now, for the work is done, and your miracle is unfolding. I love you, I protect you, and I am already opening the doors for your next great adventure. We will speak again soon, my child.